500 laps on the smallest track on the circuit. It's far from the easiest track. A difficult grind ahead for these drivers. How will it play into the championship? The green flag is out. Racetrack in Martinsville, that curb on the inside of the corners.
Yeah, and it creates havoc just like that throughout the day. It's something that actually a driver going in there that
Turn 3, Dave Blaney, 36, was first around, and then this other with Regan Smith and Brian Vickers, 78 and 83, was in the jam up of everybody stomping that brake pedal.
Brian Vickers has been kind of the victim twice of that very thing. Not involved in the first incident, but as he slowed down, you can just see how things got jammed up. Blaney got out, and the one of Jamie McMurray just ran all over him there. So
I'm going to throw a little wrinkle on that one at you, Dale. If we see that again, watch Joey Logano in the 20 and see if he didn't push McMurray into Blaney.
Yeah, and then you can see Brian Vickers, he had already committed heavily to get into turn 3 and ended up getting into Regan Smith and getting airborne.
This has not been the track that AJ has posted the best of numbers.
Hold your brake, hold your brake. Get it going if you can, leaders into 3.
Should we call that the early hat trick?
Fired up, get it rolling here.
3 cautions, and Brian Vickers has been facing the wrong way on the racetrack after all 3 of them.
yeah, that's not the kind of day that you're looking for when you get this started, realizing you've only got 450 laps to go.
I've seen it go like that for years and then get worse.
Brian was 28th. Damage to Montoya's car, left front and left rear.
There'll be very few that we see today that won't have some type of damage like that. See right here, like Vickers was trying to get in there and let his car roll. Just couldn't keep it on the bottom. Got into Montoya, who was okay after that, but Vickers will probably just be back to pit road for some more tires and try it again. Maybe tighten it up a little bit.
Oh, when it goes bad, it just goes bad here.
Yeah, I was just thinking, this is a long race for a driver behind the wheel. When you've been facing the wrong way on the racetrack 3 times already, and we're not even at 50 laps yet, it is going to be a long day. Caution flags out again. That's not the first impact for Jamie McMurray's car under this very brief yellow flag period so far, but you can see Jamie walking away from the car after a very hard hit that set off, well, let's just go show you. Easier to show you than to explain the whole thing. McMurray and Brian Vickers here, 1 and 83, going down into turn 3.
Well, I'm going to give Brian Vickers the benefit that he got a little loose right there.
Hard shot for McMurray there.
You might give him the benefit, but I'm not sure McMurray's going to.
His wheels are right, and he had his brakes locked up, so all of that combined.
It's a big hit for Jamie. Listen to this. So as McMurray starts to drive away from the accident scene, he leaves some things behind.
Looks like
those are the batteries from his car.
Yep,
now laying on the racetrack. And then when Vickers comes by, McMurray, well, I know baseball season just ended, but we'll call that a swing and a miss.
For sure. Well, didn't really miss.
All right, how about a foul ball then?
Yeah.
Like, what do you call it, Dale? A change up? We still got 50 laps to go. I would just tell him just to kind of cool it there, just ride right behind that 18. If your car's better, you'll end up getting by.
Matt Kenseth, 17. Slipping back a little bit. He's back to 8th spot.
Brian Vickers up here battling. He hit everything in the first 50 laps except the pace car, and here he is up in the top 10.
Never give up. They're long races. A lot of action still to go. We'll continue to watch it in the final 49 laps at Martinsville as we go NASCAR Nonstop, presented by AT&T. And Matt Kenseth involved in what brought us to the caution flag.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're hard to drive like that.
Cow. You see how high the back of that car came up.
And then he had the brakes on so hard the wheels were hopping.
Yeah, they had battled for probably 6 or 8 laps.
Looked like a fairly clean pass that Vickers had made on him.
Yellow's out.
That
Yellow.
was a race for 8th place. And if you're Matt Kenseth, you're involved in this championship, you've got a lot to lose if this 83 car tends to come back out onto the racetrack and exact a little bit of revenge. So this was the race for position I was alluding to. Brian Vickers had raced Matt hard for several laps. Matt said, I didn't like that.
Uh-oh.
Caution, trouble turn 4. Brian Vickers is around. Yellow number 18. So much for Jimmy Johnson's gap.
I think Brian's been involved about half of those.
He's certainly been his fair share up in here today. This is going to be interesting now.
With his 4 fresh tires.
Oh, that's what that was. Matt Kenseth had just come back on the racetrack.
Might have done this Red Bull Toyota in now.
We're done.
Yep, there's your answer. I mean, he's caved that front end so bad now. I think the radiator's toast.
But I just wish that prior to that, the 83 was a part of every caution here in the final 3 or 4. I wish that he could have just driven around the racetrack and we could have won this thing, but whatever.